Hi all, welcome to Diversified Finance. If you remember, if you watch my last video, which I did like 3 days ago, I mentioned the silver price going parabolic. So let's have a quick listen to what I mentioned on that video in like less than a minute or so.
Some people are buying right now, and it's not a good thing because definitely, like, look at the RSI on the monthly chart. It's somewhere near 95. So this is like extremely overbought on the monthly. This is not even weekly chart we are looking at right now. So we probably due for a bigger correction right now, probably back down to 50,000, 52 to 55 to 60 per ounce. And maybe later on, we'll just go and make a higher high later on. So we have to wait and see. But yeah, if you have silver, it's a good time to sell.
Yeah, so as you heard, in my last video, I mentioned it's the silver price has gone parabolic. It's a good time to sell and take some money out. I mean, less than 24 hours after making that video, right? On Friday night, overnight, silver price crashed 40%. It went all the way up to 121 per ounce. And then from there, as you can see, it dropped about 40% from its high, right? So about 39%. So it's almost 40%. So it's simply as if like I saw this coming. Though, if you've been in the markets for more than 15 years or so, it's very easy to see this kind of like parabolic pumps that will dump so hard. So that's what we have seen. But you know, right now, as I mentioned clearly, it's a good time to sell. And that right now, if you're trying to sell, you can, if you did not sell at that time, you can wait for a bit if you had silver and then probably come back up in a month or so, in few weeks, it'll recover and trying to come back up to these levels. And then we have a bigger correction after that. And this week is pretty much interesting. We are waiting for a lot of data to come out from the US market. So let's see how US market's gonna react to the earnings and whatever we're supposed to see this week. If we see a correction in the share market, we probably will see silver and gold probably go down with it for the moment. And later on, like maybe for the 6 months or so, we probably go back down and stay in these levels for some time. Right? It gets like really quiet because silver, gold, they are like very slow moving assets. But when it goes parabolic like this, and I mentioned it looks like an old coin, right? So when it becomes like an old coin, the risk gets like really, really high, and that's when you see these massive corrections, right? So it's not a good time to sell right now. If you did not sell last week, you would rather wait for it to come back up to these levels. But let's see what share market's going to do overnight. If the share market goes down, we'll probably see further downside for gold, silver, and all the metals, right? Especially this week. And but later on, don't forget, gold and silver, you normally buy them and hold for long term. So I'm not saying just don't buy them at all, but I would rather wait to see at least a 50% correction from its high. So 120, let's say 120 per ounce, when it reaches to uh, 60 ounce per silver, that's when I'm going to start accumulating, right? So it's already down 50% from the top, meaning like last 1 kilogram silver bar, we probably sold it for like 6,003, let's say 6,000. When it comes back down to like 3,000 or so, or just below 3,000 per kilo, that's when you're going to start buying again, like to hold as a long-term asset for the future. Because I have a feeling after this correction, it'll stay down, stay quiet for some time and slowly going down, but later on, it'll probably go back up and make probably go a lot higher. But this is not gonna be as quick as crypto, because these markets are move like very slowly. So it'll probably take a year or so. Like I don't see for the whole 2026 silver coming back up to these prices again, right? It's highly unlikely. It might come back up to 100 and then probably people will start selling again, come back down. But maybe after 6 to 9 months, after a long consolidation, there's a possibility silver and gold, like, probably going back up higher. And I don't hold any gold at the moment. I not sold 90% of my silver. So I'm planning to buy gold and silver probably in 6 months in time. Like, but we have to see, we have to look at the chart and make our decisions at the time. So a lot can change in 6 months, right? So just want to do a recap on silver price. Apart from that, Bitcoin, it's going down at the moment. So as I said, we have to wait and see. This week is like we have to wait. Probably tomorrow we'll have a much better idea of end of this week. If the share market goes down, it'll drag everything down with it, right? So that's just a quick video in regards to silver price. I'll talk to you in the next video. See ya.